Hello and welcome to TMX Adventures. My name is Lisa and today we're going to make a chicken roulade in our Thermomix. Now you can see I've got a recipe up for turkey breast roulade with apple and sage stuffing. This stuffing is phenomenal, and yes, turkey would be amazing too. However, it's very hard to source where I am, so chicken breast it is. Now come with me today, I'm going to show you how easy this is. It is so simple, it is amazing. You could make it well in advance, put it in the fridge and actually then, or put it in the freezer, defrost it and then serve it up, and it would just be amazing. So come with me today, I'm going to show you how to do this. First things first is 2 cloves of garlic. So using jarred garlic for shortcuts today, and I didn't bring a spoon, so I'm just going to guesstimate 2. That looks like 2 cloves, right? Okay, next up, 1 brown onion cut into halves. So in that goes. Now, of course, if you didn't have brown, purple would substitute super easily as well. That would not be a problem. Then I am swapping in, instead of butter, I'm putting in oil because I'm going to make it dairy-free. There is no other dairy in this recipe, which I absolutely love, so it makes it really easy then to make it for one of my boys who can't have too much dairy. We could get away with the butter, but at this time of year where there's already things we might not have had usually eaten, you know, it's good to be able to kind of be able to control that. So on with the lid, and we're going to chop that down and then we're going to cook it off. So let's do 3 seconds, speed 7, off it goes. I love the chop on the Thermomix, being able to chop an onion so quickly, and garlic clove if it was garlic in there as well. Just amazing. Look at that. It's done in no time. Scrape down the sides. Place the simmering basket instead on top, and I'm actually going to put my Vorwerk on top because I purely forgot to bring my simmering basket in. 2 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1. I'm just taking the lid off. It's actually reducing splatter chances. It's not got anything to do with cooking in there, the Vorwerk, so I'm just taking this off so that can evaporate out and not sweat off of my onion. Now, if you are cooking along to these recipes, what can you do now? You can be flattening your meat. Now you will need, as you saw, I think it's 4 turkey breasts. Now I have used chicken, and I actually cheated a little bit, and I bought this, is it called schnitzel meat? Schnitzel meat? I can't pronounce it. Anyway, you know, that stuff, the flat stuff that's partly pre-flat. So then all I had to do was get my 2 chopping boards, put them on top of each other with a hammer and make it a little bit thinner again. Now I haven't made it as thin as I could have, mainly because I don't like really thin chicken breast, just personal preference. And I don't like claiming my meat further as well. So I've left mine about 1 centimetre thick. Ideally you want it to be thinner as well, but this is your couple of minutes time to prep that. You're also going to need a couple of apples cut up, ready to go. You want some sage. Dried sage would do perfectly fine if you don't have it growing in the garden. You need some breadcrumbs. Now I am making this gluten-free as well. As I said, I like to be able to, at this time of year when we're having different foods we wouldn't normally, still try and keep what I can clean. So we have gluten-free artisan loaf that I've actually frozen, and I've just got it out and using it today. I'm defrosting it. All that onion is strong. It smells amazing, but my eyes do not like it. And what else have I got over here? That's about it. Oh, and some vinegar. Now it calls for either veg juice. I don't know if that's pronounced right. I am terrible at pronunciating different words. Or white wine vinegar. So I'm using white wine vinegar. Okay, so just use what you've got. And if you don't have any of those, you know what? I'd use apple cider or white vinegar. So just use what you've got. Oh my goodness. It's coming and getting my left eye. All right, so let me grab those ingredients. I'm going to stand back a little bit further from the Thermomix now. Just move that out of the way. Here is my chicken breast that I, were the schnitzels that I just hit down further, and then I've placed them on individual pieces of baking paper. I'm going to show you some tips around this soon so that you don't have to handle it, because nobody likes handling meat if they can help it. So here we go, 2 Granny Smith apples. I don't have Granny Smiths, I've just got Royal Gala or Pink Lady, I'm not sure, and in they're going to go. And then we're going to go with 8 sage leaves, or if you're using sage out of a jar, 1 teaspoon, okay, in that goes. A decent teaspoon, okay, not a teeny tiny one. Okay, next, 1 tablespoon of this verjuice or white wine vinegar. I have the white wine vinegar, so let's be Jamie Oliver. Let's not get too hung up exactly on our amounts. And then, although you could bring that up and make it 20 grams if you really want, because 20 grams is a tablespoon of, when you're talking about liquid. Oh, and now it's going to chop that down speed 5 for 3 seconds. So on with my lid, thankfully, because that onion is still coming to get me. 3 seconds, speed 5. You can hear it's going up slow because it's quite hot in there. Alright, next, scrape down the sides with the spatula. I did bring the spatula in today, and it's going to cook down again. So you can see there, it's looking absolutely amazing. We're kind of making nearly like an applesauce to go in the center. So, on with my Vorwerk, because we're just reducing that splattering hazard. And it's got 2 minutes, 100 degrees speed run, 1, and I'm going to come back in the 2 minutes because I'm going to walk away and give my eyes a break, and I will show you how to finish this recipe. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, this step is just finished. I walked away, my eyes feel a lot better now. So now it's asking for us to put into the Thermomix some bread, and it says 160 grams. I really don't know if I've got enough here. It is the last bit out of the fridge. It's only 100 grams, that'll do. Now what else could you add? You could mill down some sunflower seeds using your second bowl, which by the way, having 2 bowls is phenomenal. If you get a chance to get a second bowl, do so. If you're looking for Christmas presents, go to the mix shop and grab one there. It's just amazing because you can kind of go in with it, make something else in there and back in, things like that. Now, torn into pieces, let's go next. Oh, some salt. It says 2 teaspoons of salt. I actually would love to put my veggie stock in. However, I'm fresh out of veggie stock. And I would probably put about half a teaspoon in if I was going to do that instead. I think it would just lift that flavour beautifully. Insert the measuring cup into the mixing bowl lid. It smells amazing, oh my gosh. And then 10 seconds speed 7, and this step is done. So now what we're going to do is, it says to actually allow it to completely cool. Yes, if you want to put this on meat to roll up to have in a few days time at your event, definitely allow it to cool. You do not want to put a hot substance on cold meat because it starts activating the stuff that you don't want to activate in your food that makes you get sick. So no one needs food poisoning from this. So definitely, however, I am straight away going to cook it now, and I'm straight away going to consume it now as well. Okay, so I'm going to use mine straight from here. So it tells you what to do next. I love how guided recipes just step you through it. I could not make this recipe without a guided cooking recipe. It would take me like way too long, and I'd have to psych myself up for it. Whereas guided recipes, it just steps me through it, holds my hand, and I can do it. I love that. If you don't have Cookidoo, check out the 30-day free trial so you can see what these recipes and what guided recipes look like. Okay, wrap 4 turkey breast steaks in plastic wrap. Now, I don't like to cook with heat with plastic if I can help it, so I will be using just baking paper, okay? That's a tip for today. Using a meat mallet or rolling pin, lightly pound it until it's 5mm thick. So as I said, mine's probably more, mine's closer to probably 1 centimetre, but that's okay. Just means I won't get as many rolls out of it, and I actually don't mind, okay? So totally up to you as to whether you really go thin and get multiple turns out of your roll. I'm happy to just wrap it once. I'll show you what I mean. Season it with salt and pepper, and then lay some aluminium foil down, and then line aluminium foil with baking paper. Or maybe they weren't going to cook it in the other stuff. I'm not sure. No, they weren't. Thank goodness. Remove the plastic wrap from the turkey breast and lay onto the center of the baking paper. Spread the stuffing evenly over the steak and roll it up. So you can see they even give you a picture, which I love. Roll it tightly in the baking paper and the aluminium foil, twisting the ends to form sausage shapes. And then place 2 in the bottom dish and 2 in the top dish. And then we get on to the steaming step. So let's do this. I think I've got plenty. I think I'm going to actually have leftovers for another day, which is super cool as well. Don't feel like you have to use it all in one go. Now, let's spin you around so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Now, touching food and rolling meat is not one of my strengths, okay? Definitely not. So, oh, don't put that back in. It's got meaty stuff on it. I need to find a second flipper thing. Oh well, no, actually, I'm going to double dip because I'll just make some more of these later. So what I try and do is I try very unsuccessfully. I'm going to have to touch it. Whew, okay, we're going to roll it up. Now, I'm not trying to actually roll it tight. I'm actually more so trying to wrap it side to side with an overlap. Okay, now, mine looks more like a bonbon or a, what's that dessert called that you pump with things that, oh, I really want to make. I've said it. That's what mine looks like. I'm happy with that. And now all I do is I take the paper and I secure it, roll it all the way up, and remember to do the ends like your bonbons do. Probably where I got the word bonbon from. So scrunch them up. Now the thinner you get your meat, and obviously if you've got turkey or even bigger breasts than I had, we are a bit limited on what we can pick up here at the supermarket. You're going to get bigger ones. Okay, but that'll do me. Quite happy with that. All right. In this goes. And then you can just continue on and do all of them. And then it goes into steam. Now, I think it says to clean out the bowl. As usual, I will not be cleaning out the bowl. And we're going to put them in the Vorwerk and we're going to steam them. I'm going to check the timings in a second for you so that I don't lead you astray. Folding it over, folding it up. Yep, mine are all going to be that same little shape. And I'm okay with that. Okay, twist up the ends. Now you could put the foil on them if you want. I don't feel like it's necessary, but totally up to you, okay? Feel like mine will be okay in there like that. Actually, mine are so small, I think most of mine will fit in the Vorwerk tray at the top. What I might do, guys, is I might finish rolling these and I'll come back in a second and take you through the last step of steaming these, and then I'll show you the final product. So let me continue rolling and I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. Let's finish this off. I've rolled my 4. Mine all fit in the Vorwerk. That's because they're so little, because that's what my breasts were, and I really didn't pick them out really thinly, so which is fine. I'm happy with that. So, in with some water. I don't quite have 700, but that's okay. For the time I'm steaming, this will be fine. On with the lid, place the Vorwerk into position, and there's my little bundles, 4 of them there. Place this up here to seal it off. Just tuck all your little baking paper ends into it. Secure the Vorwerk lid and cook for 10 minutes on speed to Vorwerk. However, I know what they're going to come and ask us to do is in the next step, they're going to ask us to actually rearrange these so that the bottom ones become the top ones. I don't have any bottom ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this extra 8 minutes and I'm just going to tack it onto this one here. So I don't have to return back for 18 minutes. So then after 18 minutes, I can open one up carefully, slice it through the center and check it is cooked through. Please take the time to actually slice it and check it is cooked and all white in the middle. If it's still pink, it's not cooked. Close it back up and continue your cook time on. Give it another 3 to 5 minutes and you'll find it's done. It really is going to depend on how thick you have made your chicken. Okay, mine may take a little bit longer because of thickness, but I won't know until I get to that time. So if you're cooking along to this, remember to check your chicken before you serve it up. But I'm going to turn it on for 18 minutes of aroma, speed 2, and then it's done. I'll be letting it cool. Let it cool completely before you try and slice these up. Otherwise, they will just crumble because that meat has no texture left because it's bashed so thin. So do wait until it is cool. Slice it up nice and thinly. Put it on the plate and you're ready to go. So I hope you give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think. If you've got a roulade that you make that you really enjoy, share it in the comments. Remember to tell your friends and family about the ease your Thermomix brings when you're feeding them this Christmas season. Tell them that it came out your Thermomix. Tell them they need to see a Thermomix in action. Even better still, take them in your kitchen and make something with them. Make a fruity dream or a lemonade or something super simple like that. Show them what it is, and then when they're ready to get information, I'd love to support them to get a Thermomix on the bench. But otherwise, thanks for joining me today. Take care, and I'm going to spin this to speed 2, and I will see you next time in the next video, helping you get more out of your Thermomix. So take care, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.